Hey everyone, I apologize for my lack of content. I've kind of been slacking uh, this past while since I've created my YouTube channel. I kind of just get in these funks where I lose motivation and I'm not sure if my content that I create is even worth of interest. And now I'm kind of at a point where I'm trying to just do it for the fun of it instead of uh, trying to do it for the growth of it, if that makes sense. But this video, we are focusing on a TV series on Amazon Prime Video called The Rig. I actually was a bit skeptical about this show, especially when the trailer dropped for it prior to the release. It kind of seemed a bit like it might not be all that great. And I've seen all the reviews for it, and if you're here and you haven't, their majority are kind of mixed. But it seems to be kind of like not so great. And I kind of want to give my 2 cents on this film or series, I should say. Sorry, I should be looking at the camera. I'm not used to staring at myself and talking. But this is The Rig. It's a UK show. It stars Emily Hampshire. She's from Schitt's Creek. Sure many of you might have seen that show. She was Stevie in it. And then it also has Ian Glenn. I don't know his character's name in this show, not in The Rig, but in the show I know him from, which is Game of Thrones. There's actually a few stars in here that were from Game of Thrones, which I thought was kind of neat. But he was kind of he was in Game of Thrones for a bit. I'm not going to give a name since I don't know the character's name off the top of my head. But let's focus on the show, The Rig. This is a 6-episode show. They're about, I want to say, close to an hour a piece. It's kind of like a supernatural mystery type drama. More emphasis on drama. The premise is kind of, and what intrigued me about it was it kind of gave me vibes of Stephen King's The Mist or The Fog. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's The Mist. I know he's had a lot of adaptations off of the book. It's been a movie, and it's also been a TV show. And it kind of, that's kind of what made me intrigued. We'll say that. And overall, this show, in my opinion, I'm not going to do any spoilers. I should say that right now. Maybe at the end, but I'll give a heads up. This show starts off a bit of a slow burn. And I was going to start off by saying a comment, but I'm pretty sure that would be a spoiler. So I'm not going to do that. I'll wait until the end, kind of give my feedback on that. But I understand how it starts off. You're kind of just learning the characters, learning what's happening in this world. And I get it. But there's just like a lot of side things that start to kind of feel like it's not focusing on the main storyline. And so I guess I'll try and just focus on subjects at hand and give my feedback on that to kind of give you an idea of whether or not it might be to your interest or not. For starters, the environment, the scenery, the camera work. I thought that was all great. Um, I really kind of enjoyed the atmosphere of an idea of just being kind of isolated on an oil rig in the ocean. It kind of brings an eeriness to it, um, and the sense of, especially when this isn't a spoiler, but when communication is cut off, kind of gives a sense of cabin fever in a sense. And that's what kind of compelled me to keep watching it, was kind of seeing how the tensions raised to that point, what they do to these individual characters. But there's also the fact of the sort of character development or character backstory that we get throughout this show, of kind of just it focusing on their backgrounds and not necessarily the feat at hand, if that makes sense, without me giving any spoilers. We kind of just like spend episodes where we're learning about the character's history before what's going on, and that's kind of what not, I don't want to say is like a huge letdown for me, but it kind of, if it takes up too much, if it focuses on it too much and it feels like it's unnecessary, then it starts to kind of be a slow burn for me. And that's kind of how this show was, even though it's only 6 episodes. It took me about, I want to say, a little over a week to finish, just because I couldn't have that feeling of like wanting to binge it. And that's not to say that it's bad. And I'll go right now and just say I really enjoyed watching this show. I enjoyed the concept of what they threw at you, and the different characters and the drama in between that. I really enjoyed it. I guess I kind of wish I knew it wasn't going to be creepy. I wish I kind of knew it was going to be more kind of a drama. In a sense, a artsy kind of story. Do I recommend watching this? I guess that's the big question. And my response would be, watch the trailer so you can kind of get a sense of what this story is about. And it won't give you too much. But if you like dramas and a little bit of eeriness and some supernatural kind of elements, you might enjoy it. It's not going to be like the best show of the year or anything like that. And I think that's kind of the impression it's left with me, is that it was a decent show, but it's not anything that I was amazed by or highly anticipating for season 2, which we haven't been told whether or not it's been renewed for season 2 yet, as of this video creation. But Prime Video, and I'm not going to get into a tangent on them too long, but Prime Video, in a sense, tends to throw out a lot of stinkers of original content. And that's the thing that sucks, because I'm seeing in a lot of streaming services is that I'm finding content that is created by the streaming service that I enjoy, and then it gets canceled. For Prime Video, in a sense, The Wilds comes to mind. I really enjoyed season 1, and then season 2 was decent, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and I was intrigued for season 3, and then it got canceled. Um, and then you just get a mixture of other content that just really doesn't do that well, or doesn't feel like it was worth creating in the first part. But the rig, let me focus on this. The rig, I thought it was good. I liked, and this is where it's going to get a little bit into the spoiler territory. So I should end this with, yeah, go check it out. Maybe check out the trailer, see if it piques your interest. If you're here and you've already seen it, then stay along, because I'm kind of going to talk about some of the spoiler content, and I kind of want to know your thoughts on it as well. But in spoiler content in 3, 2, 1. So if you're here, you've probably seen the show. And my initial thought, spoiler wise, when I finished it was, I'm not sure if you've seen the movie by M. Night Shyamalan, The Happening, but that's kind of what I was feeling at the end of this. It felt like it was more of a series that was directed towards a storytelling of kind of opening your eyes to the impact that society has on the destruction or global warming, in a sense, and being more aware of our impact on the world, for the world's safety. I don't know how to word it. And it wasn't, it's not bad that they did that. And it going that path didn't make it bad either. The parts that I do criticize is just how slow it kind of felt moving throughout each episode. It just really felt slow. That's my only criticism really for it. I didn't like that it ends on a cliffhanger, just because I know how streaming services operate. And a lot of them end up canceling shows, and then we don't get any closure on shows that are canceled. But I am intrigued for a season 2, especially due to the fact of, I forget the character's name, but the main guy who was affected by this ancient fungus, I think it was. You can correct me. And how it ended, where there was that circle that was being created with the glowing kind of spores. It almost looked like it was creating a portal, in a sense, or something more than just a symbol. And so that's where I feel like he probably didn't die, especially since we've seen a lot of resurrection and in a sense, people that should have died but didn't because of this thing. I'll just call it a thing. And then the fact that the people that did survive are in this chopper, and the guy that's from the other oil rig, I can't remember his character's name. Goes to show how intrigued I was into this show. That he stated that they're not going to land, or the mainland or whatever. It made me curious on where they are going, especially since we did see that glimpse of the fog rolling in to the mainland when the girl who was a medic, was on a video call with her wife. And we saw like her change the FaceTime to what was outside, and we saw kind of the fog rolling in, and then it like cuts out. So I'm curious. And then we also got the brief little kind of audio from when they were able to actually get a signal out to the Coast Guard, was it? And it sounded like there was a bit of chaos going on, but they weren't fully aware of what the audience had known, which actually kind of now I wonder if the medic shared whether or not the fog had made its way to shore. I feel like she didn't, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that's just another factor that's got me kind of intrigued to see where they would go with the season 2. Season 1, if I'm rating it at all, I would say it's probably like a 6 or 7 out of 10. It was an okay show. It wasn't horrible. I've been seeing like really bad reviews, and that's the thing that kind of made me want to make this review, is because I'm like, it wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of interesting, and there isn't a lot of content like right now that's out there to watch. I mean, it's slowly starting to roll out since it's the new year, but a lot of the content that comes out this time of the year doesn't tend to be the best in a sense. But there are some that I'm seeing, currently watching, and I might do a review on, that are interesting and really good. But yeah, the rig, it was good. I'm curious what you guys thought, what your speculations might be on if the character that was like kind of the host of this spore type thing, if he survived, if you think he died, and what you think the people in the chopper are going to next, and what your overall opinions are on this show. If you regret watching it, if you think more people need to watch it or should check it out, what would you even rate this show? I'm curious. I'm honestly curious on other people's opinions on this show, because it was kind of a different type of show. It wasn't, a typical show that I've seen before. They kind of did a different take on this type of viewpoint, and that's where it kind of has me not at a concrete decision on whether I like it or hate it. I thought it was good. I'll say that. I thought it was good. Should you watch it? I'll leave it up to you. But I think with it just being 6 episodes, it's definitely worth checking out. It's probably going to go under the radar for a lot of people, and I don't see it winning any awards or doing all that well in publicity. But I could see a little cult following for this, or at least a good, decent chunk of viewership that likes it. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. If I apologize for my lack of content again. I've just had a lot going on in life, and I'm trying to get back more into my content creation. And I think moving forward with my reviews, I'm probably going to start making scripts so I can stay on topic and keep the content a bit more short and sweet. But yeah, feel free to subscribe if you want to join my community and kind of see what other content I come out with in the future. Put the bell icon on if you want to be notified right away when I make something. I I also do play video games because I am, I guess, a big nerd. I like video games. I like movies. I like TV shows. I like anime. I like manga. I uh, would love to make this channel on that whole spectrum of content, but we'll just have to see how things go. Um, yeah, drop a comment. I'm curious what you guys thought. I'm honestly curious what other people thought that have seen this show. And yeah, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for sticking around if you've made it to the end. And take care. Bye.